Youth have been encouraged to join the fight for climate action as it is seen as a means to spur the needed approach towards reversing or at least reducing the effects of climate change in our world today. To effect community change, the public must first be educated about the damage caused by harmful daily activities leading to global warming. And to talk more about these, I'm being joined by Bettina Nwelih from Dubai. Bettina, good afternoon from here.
Good evening from here, Adebola. How's it going?
Fantastic. Glad to have you join me. Now, how has the encouragement for youth to join the fight for climate action impacted the overall momentum and even effectiveness of climate change initiatives?
Well, Adebola, you see, like I said earlier in the afternoon, a lot of times when we hear about climate action, climate change, especially in Nigeria, it's more of governmental bodies taking over these things. But now the youth have come to say, we are here, we are young, and we are fresh, and we are waiting to jump into this pool of knowledge and also bring back value for whatever it is that we are offering. So even here in Dubai at the COP28, a lot of youths gathered here today because they want their voice to be heard. They have new perspectives, new ideas that they're ready to put on the table. All they're asking for is time from the government and the space to be able to at least express themselves, be heard, and also put into action this things that they are talking about. And I think it's a very beautiful thing. The youths are ready, and I hope that the government is also equally ready to listen. And then by the time we parley up together, government and the youths, I believe that the sky will be our starting point.
But do you foresee any obstacles or challenges that youth activists face in their endeavors to contribute to climate action? And how do you think these can be addressed to further empower younger generation?
So majority of the challenges that I have heard them say that they have faced have to do with funding. And the truth about it is that at this point, we cannot keep waiting for funding from the government all the time. There's only so much that the government can do. So now what the youth are looking to do is to look towards corporate organizations, corporate bodies, NGOs that are willing to invest in these ideas and bring them to life and make the world a better place for all of us. At the end of the day, this climate change we are talking about and clamoring for is not just for Nigeria or Africa alone, it's global. So I believe that once the youths are able to hack into corporate organizations, corporate bodies, it will make a lot of sense and it will make the whole process much smoother and much easier.
Now, apart from the youth, what other key initiatives or policies or strategies are being formulated or even being agreed upon right there where you are at the COP28 in Dubai that you'd like to share with us?
All right, 5 minutes before I came out, there was a session going on about how corporate bodies can actually key into the climate change action. Now, a lot of times when we hear climate change, people, the general public, they leave it to the government again, thinking that, oh, this is a government's priority. But it starts with you and I. Everybody has to key into this. And that is what is being discussed at the moment, talking about how corporate organizations, corporate bodies as well, can key into this and not just wait for the government to do what they have to do. Climate change affects you, it affects me, it affects the homeless woman on the street, it affects the richest man in Africa. So it's a collective effort, and I see that happening here, being deliberated upon, and I can't wait to see what the results will be.
Now, talking about climate change and corporate bodies talking and advancing in a motion for us to move to cleaner energy, we understand that developed countries have, approved a loss and damage fund of about $5 billion to help developing countries transition from carbon emission, fossil fuel to cleaner energy. Now, what conversations are you hearing that we don't know about these funds being approved?
Well, I haven't had any conversations, but I did tell you about the new one I heard earlier today about the global warm-up challenge that they are talking about. And also we heard when the president talked about ending gas flaring in Nigeria. So all of that will all encompassed are going to help us with this carbon challenge that we are trying to fight, the carbon emission challenge that we're trying to fight. And I believe that if again, it's not just words, I believe if actions are put into it, definitely we'll see a change by this time next year. But if not, I'm sorry, I'm afraid that we will just keep talking and putting out policies that are not even being accomplished.
Okay, once more, let's come back to the youth again. How has the narrative around climate change shifted with the active participation of young people? And then what role do you see them playing in shaping future climate policies and strategies?
Remember when we used to say the youth are the future, or the children are the leaders of tomorrow, and the youth are the future. I see that happening now because when we talk about climate change, the youth have a better knowledge, a better understanding of what these things are, and then so it's our responsibility to make sure that we educate those who do not know. That is the number one place where the youth come in to make a change. Now, when the youth are able to educate people on what they need to know regarding climate change, if they're able to tell the polyseller on the road that, you know, this smoke that you are letting go from your coal is going to affect us in future, and really break it down for them to understand, I believe there will be a change. If they're able to educate the bus conductor who throws pure water bags or plastics into the gutter, thereby clogging our waterways and making things difficult, and even, you know, extending to the bit of flooding, I believe that it will be a better place. So the youth have a lot to offer. And when I say a lot, I'm talking about this sensitization of people around and not just waiting for funds. Again, funds are important, but funds are not the beginning and the end of this fight against climate change.
Okay, one more last question for you, Bettina, before I let you go. What are we looking out for? What are we expecting in coming days for this COP28 taking place in Dubai, right where you are?
Well, I'm excited because I believe we have about 4 to 5 days left, and it's interesting to know that for every day there's a different program, a different itinerary. I wish I could tell you what tomorrow will be, but unfortunately it's not out. But tomorrow we will find out. I will be here live to tell you all of the details and all of the ongoings that is happening here in Dubai.
Indeed, Bettina Nwelih, thank you for your detailed report. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.